just want to get married to Haley and Jacob. Haley was having lunch or snack or brunch or whatever with the ladies. And she told them, she says, I like Jacob and he is established. So what's the problem, Haley? What's wrong? No man is perfect. And y'all know I'm not about changing a man because you can't change him. But I just think that Haley is coming up with all these crazy excuses as to why she wants to try to get away with Jacob, from Jacob. Okay, and so she's meeting with her friends, and let's listen to some of the excuses she is making. So she later meets with the girls and said, well, I like him. So what's the problem, Haley? What's wrong, baby? Jacob seems to be a good man, seems to be ready. Yes, he's a little bit weird, but everybody have their little stuff, right? She could basically get a room that he already has, his stuff in his basement. Let that be his weird place. Jacob's weird place or whatever. Let him stay in there and balance it out. Because everybody have little quirks and little stuff. You know, some people like, I like books. I have books all over the place, okay? And I just think that Haley is making such a stupid mistake to possibly miss out on a great guy. And I just hate to see her missing out on a decent guy. And I'm just, what's wrong, girl? Okay, so she's meeting with a friend, and let's see what they're saying, because the friend knows Haley, okay? So she meets with the girl. I love that white top. And she said, I need every detail. She said, Haley said, we got a lot. What happened? Give it to me, the princess. In 1 week, she don't know you could have so many roller coasters of emotions. We went to Vegas and we were still like feeling things out, kind of getting to know each other. But then the excitement of the wedding and like all my friends and all being there kind of wore off, and we started to get to know each other. And I mean, it takes me a minute to process. Finally did. And she said, oh, wow, this is way too much for me. So way too much as what? When you got to know each other? What does that mean when you got to know each other, Haley? Are you talking about when you was drunk and you was, This is way too much, Haley. What's too much, Haley? What's too much, girl? Okay, so the friend is asking, what was it that made you pull back? Listen to the excuses she's giving. Listen to the excuses. The friend said, okay, what's making you pull back? And the friend says, and so you start backing off. She's like, well, I know. And the friend is asking, what was it that made you pull back? Listen to the excuse she gives. Like his obsession with the 80s, and then like he brought all this like goofy stuff to wear. I'm like, that's what you bring to your honeymoon, like? Okay, so what? The friend says, okay, so what else? Okay, he likes the 80s, right? Okay. Right? Don't we all have something that we like? When we got married, my husband said, please do not make the bathroom pink or our bedroom, because he came to the house and he see all the pink in the bathroom. So I had to adjust. My bathroom is painted yellow, and I keep it very neutral. Or my bedroom is painted toasted coconut, very natural, very neutral, and I don't have a pink. I don't own a pink bedspread. Nothing. It's very, very, very neutral. Okay, because I want to make it comfortable for him. So come on, he has an obsession with the 80s, and it's better than Woody want to spend all his money eating everything, drinking everything, wearing everything, driving everything. See, obsession with the 80s you can work with. A man that want to spend all his money, you got to leave him alone. Okay. And so the friend says, that's it? What else? Okay, and he brought all this weird stuff to wear on the honeymoon. Okay, he's excited about Haley. I just cannot with her, girl. Okay, so the friend says, so what else? He liked the 80s and he doesn't dress well. Ladies, these are things you can help with. If he doesn't dress well, you can help him make my husband dress well, because I would have to go out and buy him a all new wardrobe. Okay, so the friend is like, what else? And here go Haley thinking about, I'm having girls' night, and he got mad because they're like a couple of guys ended up coming, like that's not what it was supposed to be, and so from the point it spiraled, and he's like, do you have a boyfriend back home? Like accusing me of having a boyfriend, went from like one fight to the next. All right, so y'all are already having some communication issues. Thank you, friend. So the friend is like, okay, well, y'all having communication issues. Okay. Okay, come on, friend. I like her, friend. Come on, friend. Tell her, tell her. Boyfriend back home. Is he emotionally mature? Like, what are they getting to gog on? They're obviously more deep rooted issues, and she's saying he's apologized multiple times, and I do think he genuinely cares the friend. So what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do to try to get through the process to see how you truly feel, and if this is something that you can work? I mean, I think we just have to communicate, she says, and try to get to know each other. The friend, I think your biggest regret is all this. If you look back and say, I didn't give it all, and I didn't pull from places I didn't know existed. Thank you. To muster up the strength to do this. This is not a round of dating. This isn't, so kind of feel things out and see. This is marriage. It's a lot more than that. Thank you. I can tell with Haley she's 100% in this. I feel like she's trying really, really, really hard life, right? And she's putting herself out there. I think for her, this is huge. I think it's just going to take time. They just have to put the past in the past and start fresh. Maybe he showed some not so pretty colors up front that you didn't necessarily like, but there's two hearts, one line, and this isn't just about you. It's signed up for this, and it's his. And I know your immediate reaction is to run and to shut down, but I think you should keep pushing through and give it the chance it deserves. Thank you. I mean, we both said last night that we wanted this to work, and that we're no willing to try. So she said she's just trying to make excuses, Haley. And I'm just trying to figure out. Jacob sounds like a great guy. Everybody has little quirks and little things. There's no perfect. Even me and Mike. When we got married, girl, let me tell y'all about the toilet seat. Let me tell you. But I got him to close that toilet seat. I was not playing. Okay, I think that was one of her biggest issue for me is me for him was the toilet seat when we got married. Okay, and for me, it was me putting styrofoam. You bring your lunch home from work. You go out at work and you have lunch, and you bring the lunch and you just put the container in the fridge. He don't like that. He's like, oh my God, I should have opened your refrigerator when I came to your house. He said, oh my God, I should have opened your refrigerator. So he buys the bowls, the glass, and he said, please, when you bring your lunch home, please put it in a bowl and put it in the fridge. I'm still working on that after 8 years, okay? Because sometimes when I come home, well, not now because it's COVID. But I was just, I'm tired trying to put it in there, okay? And I'm still working on that, okay? But everybody have things that we can work out. There's no perfect person. Okay, so here is Haley at the lunch with the ladies. Chatty Clara just talks so much. Come on, let Haley get to her part. It's six. Yeah, I just think Haley. I wish Haley could just. Haley, I think you're gonna miss out on a great guy, Haley. I think Haley's missing out. So Haley's talking to the girls, and she said Pastor Cal made her get real. Okay. They've had a roller coaster of a start, and she says, listen to what she says, ladies. These are the things you look for when you are dating. She says, let me rewind. Pastor Cal, let me get real. Me and Jake and I are definitely like wanting it to work. We have had such a roller coaster start, but Jake's he's stable, like he has his stuff together, and I do like him, so we're working on it. He has his stuff together and he's stable. So you tell me, why would you walk away from a man? Unless you're not attracted to him, and apparently you are because you already did the do. What's the problem, Haley? I just don't understand why you're not wanting to work it out. Even though you're saying all these things, your actions are not lining up. He's stable. You like him. Okay. Why are you fighting it? Why are you kicking against the prick? Why not try to work it out and try to save this man? I just don't understand it, y'all. Y'all tell me what the problem with Haley. Do you think Jacob got a itsy bitsy little spy? Anyways, girl, I got to go. I got to go. I got to go, honey. It's like 6:30. I got to go. I love y'all. Let me know. What are you guys watching tonight? I'm not watching live. I watched live last week and I was disappointed because they kept the drama until the very end. But I love you. Let me know what you think. Bye, darlings. Have a good day. Remember my books on Amazon. In Christ, I am the naked white. 23 types of guys you might meet. You meet a nice guy like Jabe. He's a little weird. Yeah. Stable, you like him, he got his stuff together. Sound like you need to try to see what else is there and try to work it out. Okay? Nobody's perfect. We all have our little quirks. Bye, darlings.